Hey everyone, I am Martin from TechAltar, and a couple of days ago we hit 10,000 subscribers on TechAltar. Now this is a huge milestone for me. I know there's other channels that have like millions of subscribers, but for me this is pretty big. And I thought this would be the perfect excuse to make one of these, vlog style Q&A, just me talking to the camera type of videos. So if you want to see something about tech, then don't worry, my next video will be on tech. I'm not turning this into a vlog channel or anything, but if you just want to know more about me, about the channel, where the past of the channel and where it's going in the future, then you have come to the right place. I'd like to start by saying thank you to everyone who watched my stuff, who subscribed, who shared, commented, liked, the whole bunch of you. I'm really happy to have you with me and to have you on my channel and for you to share your thoughts with me. It really means a lot to me. And I'd probably be making these videos even if not so many of you were watching, because these are just things, I just talk about things that I care about, the stuff that's on my mind anyway, but I'm really glad that so many of you also seem to care about it and that you're joining me in this kind of journey of mine. So I guess some of you guys already know many things about me, but others are still wondering about who I really am. So let's get the personal stuff out of the way first. My name is Martin. I say this in the beginning of every single video, so I guess you know this by now. But the question that I'm most commonly asked under practically every single video is whether or not I'm Hungarian. And the answer is yes, I'm Hungarian. This is our flag. This is a map of our country. My room where I am right now, where I'm filming all my videos lately, is in Hungary. This is my bedroom. I am actually going to move to Germany in a couple of weeks. I found a job there. I'm going to start working there. So I'm not going to be staying here for very much longer. I don't know how long I'm going to stay in Germany either. But this studio, basically just my bedroom. This setup will change and I'll have a different bedroom behind me. Hopefully it will be a good one. And yeah, also one of the things that I think is pretty important for viewers of my channel is the fact that I lived in China for a bit over 3 years, and especially the fact that I worked for a company called Oppo there. Now Oppo, if you've been watching my channel for a long time, is a smartphone company from China. They're actually the largest, the most successful smartphone company inside China, and I was an Oppo ambassador for a year and something, and then I started working for Oppo in China for about a year and a half. So that was how I started my channel, because as an Oppo ambassador I received phones for free. That was my payment. I did some work like translating Oppo's operating system to Hungarian and so on, and they sent me phones for free. And I thought, well, hey, that's a pretty good excuse to start a YouTube channel. I could just review those phones. So that's how I started. And then while I really enjoyed making reviews and I really enjoyed making videos for YouTube, I felt like there's so many channels doing reviews on YouTube. Like, does YouTube really need just another reviewer? How many videos of whatever phones are you going to watch that are going to test the camera and so on? So while I actually do enjoy reviews very much, I thought I'd want to do something different with my channel. And that's when the idea of the story behind series came into my mind. And basically the idea was that, hey, I lived in China back then. I have a lot of knowledge about how things work in China. I actually, with Oppo, I went all over the Asian continent. I worked in the Philippines, in Malaysia, in India, probably other places that I forgot about. And I thought, well, hey, that's all knowledge that is really interesting. I wanted to take a look at companies, at trends, at what things will look like in 5 years, in 15 years, why things in the past worked out and others didn't. I wanted to look at the business logic behind why a certain phone or a certain kind of business makes sense, why another type of strategy doesn't make sense and so on. And this is why the Story Behind series came into existence, to give people a sort of bird's eye view from far away, looking at the tiny details like a single smartphone or a single smartwatch or whatever, and let people understand how all of these tie into the bigger story, the bigger picture. So my interest in the bigger picture and the future and all these kind of stuff also shows in my choice of personal devices. I have a Lumia 950 as my daily driver, as you say. It's not the best phone ever when I think of like present usability and how well-rounded it is and everything, but I think the vision of Microsoft and whatever they're working on right now, Windows 10 on ARM, Universal Windows Platform apps, the One Core, the HoloLens, all these things that I've talked about in so many videos and that I'm sure you all know about, they really excite me. So I chose this phone because I wanted to be a part of this future and I wanted to experience how it unfolds. Now, of course, the future is all nice, but you sometimes need to get things done in the present, which is why I have a backup phone. This is an Oppo R5. It's just there for things that don't really work well on my Lumia 950, which is surprisingly many things, such as working on a YouTube channel, managing a YouTube channel. There's no app for it on Windows Phone. The desktop website experience on a smartphone is terrible, and a few other things I just do through my Android phone. Now, for when I need a computer, I actually have a Lenovo Yoga 2 Pro. So that's one of those devices that flips around and everything, and I've had it for about 3 years now, I think. It's really not meant for video editing. I didn't buy it for that, but it has a Ultrabook i5. It has 4 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage, so I have to offload everything as soon as I can, otherwise I run out of space all the time. So this, I didn't buy it for video editing, but it's been so reliable that I just kept it, and I can't really complain. I've dropped it from I think 1.5 meters multiple times on all corners. It survived everything. It's a really reliable workhorse, so I suppose I can't really complain. And to wrap it up, let's do the final Q&A part. Now, I told you guys to tweet your questions at me. If you haven't followed me on Twitter yet or all the other social media channels, links in the description below. Here's also my Twitter handle. And the questions you sent me were pretty interesting. So the first one is, what do I think of a Nokia comeback? Now, this is a question that is really important to me because I'm a European and I was really saddened by how practically all the iconic consumer-facing tech brands have died in Europe. I'm thinking about Alcatel, I'm thinking about Siemens, Ericsson, and then finally Nokia. Nokia was the last iconic high-tech brand to survive. And therefore, I'm really supportive of any effort that will put them back and put Europe together with that back on the high-tech industry again. From what I've seen from the leak so far, nothing too exciting is happening. I mean, they're exclusively limited to a few markets. The devices seem kind of boring and like low end. But hey, if that's the steps they need to take, then I really hope they will succeed and that we'll soon have a strong Nokia again. The second question you asked is whether smartphones will be relevant in 2025 and whether virtual assistants of some sort will replace them. Now, I suppose you're thinking of virtual assistants such as the Google Home and the Amazon Echo and so on. And I've said this a couple of times, and I think I still stand by this. Voice just isn't a very good input and output method. Like, it's very slow. It's very unreliable. It doesn't work well with multiple languages or difficult explanations. It can't convey a lot of things that a display can. So I really don't think that, of course, on some simple tasks such as like, hey, turn the lights on or turn the lights off or play this on TV or whatever, you know, these like one sentence commands, I think you can get those done. But for like real interaction, like communicating with your friends or watching a movie or whatever, getting work done, you're not going to do it through voice. And I think something similar to a smartphone, maybe mounted on your wrist, maybe on your head, maybe or whatever, something similar with a screen and with some visual elements will remain, I think, our main device. The third question is actually two questions combined into one because I think they're pretty much inseparable. And that's whether I think there will be a Surface Phone in 2017 and what I think of Windows 10 running on ARM. And this is such an important topic and such a big topic, at least for my channel, that I thought I'd make a whole separate video about it. So the next video I'm going to upload will be on this. And then the last one is, how about IoT and privacy? Will we let technology know everything about us, or will we draw some limits? And sadly, my opinion on this, and this is again something that I'm thinking about making a video of, is that we've pretty much given up on privacy for like tiny bits of convenience, and I think we'll continue to do so as a whole as society. I do think that the more we give up, the more there will be like a counter movement. So people who are like really off the grid and trying to get stuff done through real encryption and whatever. But I think the majority of people will just go along and hand over their location data. They'll put an always listening speaker in the middle of their living room. They put an always on camera in the middle of the living room. They'll like, we've already given up our fingerprints to tech companies, our irises. Soon we're gonna give up our DNA sequences for whatever extra 5% of security and 2% of extra speed to unlock your phone or something. Biometric data, location data, usage data, everything we're giving up. And I think it's a really crazy time to live in. And yeah, as I said, I'll probably make a video about it, but this is I think a trend that will be really hard to stop unless some big incident happens and people become super cautious about things. So that's all I had to say in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of informal setup. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about it. I'm really interested in knowing whether you enjoyed this or not, or whether I should just go back to talking tech all the time. In either case, thank you again for being part of this journey. Thank you for the 10,000 subscribers. It's a really awesome milestone for me. And the whole usual stuff. Subscribe, follow, share, like, comment, follow me on the socials. Everything else you usually do after videos. Also, apparently you have to tell YouTube twice that you want to see my videos now, so hit that bell button next to the subscribe button so you can be double subscribed. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.